It is during nap time, so you'll hear the sound machine in the background. But I wanted to answer a viewer's question on how I put my fabric in my embroidery hoops. So let me I have some linen here, so hopefully you can see the grain better on this linen. But yeah, so it doesn't matter, like, you know, here's my selvage edge, but it does not matter if your selvage edge is, like, you know, where it is in relation to your embroidery hoop. It might matter where your embroidery is in relation to the hoops on your, you know, comfort or how you want to embroider or whatever. But as far as getting the fabric in the hoop, that doesn't matter. But what you'll need to do, and it's a little bit of a dance, okay? So you'll put the outside ring on, and you can see mine's wrap. I have a whole nother video on how to wrap your hoop. It is something that is a game changer, and you should definitely check out and wrap your hoops as well. I can't recommend it enough. So I've got my fabric in my hoop, and now it's a bit of a dance. We're going to pull on our fabric, tighten the hoop. Pull on the fabric, tighten the hoop, pull, tighten, pull, tighten, pull, tighten. Okay, and how you pull your fabric is extremely important. I can't emphasize the importance of how you pull on your fabric. I can't emphasize it enough. So, like I said, it doesn't matter how you put your fabric in the hoop, but you can see here's my selvage edge on this side, and that means I've got my lengthwise grain and then my crosswise grain. So that means that my bias is going something like this. So I would not want the pull in the direction of my bias. Okay, that would be a huge no-no. We all know that the bias is very stretchy, you know, it curves very well, bends, all her stuff, and that's how you can get your fabric to stretch out of whack. And what will happen if you pull on your bias is that you'll have like these bubbles, deformation to your fabric, and it won't lay flat anymore. It's not what you want. So you can see here's my selvage edge. Like I said, I've got, you know, my crosswise grain, my lengthwise grain, and you're going to pull in the direction. Sometimes that happens. Let me just tighten that down a little bit. You're going to pull in the direction of a straight grain. So you can pull all down on the bottom of the hoop, and then you can pull to the side. Again, we want to pull in the straight, like on the straight grains. We do not want to get into that bias. I actually, I used to think that keeping a little bit of slack in the embroidery hoop was the way to avoid deformation, and so I said that in a couple videos, and then I went to a conference, and the fabulous Susan O'Connor showed us how to get it drum tight, and that is the way to go. You absolutely want it drum tight. It is a joy to embroider on, and after going to that conference I made a video of like all the things I've been doing wrong. Which is fine. So you can see I'm tightening a little bit with that screwdriver, and then I am, you know, any of the bubbles sort of things I am pulling out along the straight grains. Along the straight grains. That's the way we want to go. And sometimes you can see it's happening a little bit when you're pulling, the outside hoop starts to ride up, so just move that guy back down. And Susan O'Connor, one of the things she said that really stuck with me, so many things stuck with me with her. She is absolutely like a brilliant person. But one of the things she stuck with me is that this could take up to 30 minutes. And clearly we have different lifestyles with sewing with, you know, I've got 3 now, but which is all fine. But I can't have mine take 30 minutes. So if you're in the same boat, don't worry. You don't have to spend 30 minutes, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, you keep pulling and tightening and pulling and tightening. The screwdriver is an absolute must. It's an absolute must. You are not going to get this drum tight without a screwdriver. I don't care like how, you know, I'm all about you do you, personalization, yada yada. I don't care how strong your hands are in this instance. The screwdriver is going to take the cake. So you can see I'm getting a little bit more movement, keeping that outside embroidery hoop down. As I tighten, I'm actually going to stand up to finish this. That is pretty good. Like I was saying before, it is a huge game changer to have it absolutely super duper hot. and there's a sound. It will change sound when you've gotten it so taut. And I'm trying to find a needle and thread. And I know that we have the sound machine in the background, but y'all hear that? Probably could get this a smidgen tighter actually, but you hear it? That little squeak? That's what you want. It's like ASMR. Anywho, that's how you get your fabric super taut. I hope it's helpful. I have other videos, embroidery videos to watch over here. And if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below and I will do my best to answer them. And as always, I appreciate y'all for watching and I hope to catch y'all next time.